Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Alex. If you're new here, welcome. You should totally subscribe. But in today's video, I'm doing something that has been super highly requested by you guys, and that is a college Q&A. So basically, I've been loving the questions feature on Instagram. I asked you guys to ask me questions through it. If you're not following me on Instagram, you totally should. I'll have it linked down below and also on the screen right here. It's just at Alexandra Lasky. But basically, I asked you guys to ask me questions and you guys did not disappoint. So I'm going to be scrolling through some of them and answering them for you guys today. So the first question is, I'm going into my first year and I'm not sure what to bring for supplies. And this is a good question because packing for university can be very stressful, but I would honestly just say make sure you bring your laptop, some loose leaf, pens, pencils, and maybe a couple highlighters, and that'll definitely get you through at least syllabus week. My number one tip is just to wait until the first day of classes and see what your professor actually expects from you, because I know for me, I would much rather just type my notes on my laptop in class, but I know that all schools are different, so wait and see what your professor says before you buy more supplies. The next question is, what is your favorite thing about college? And that's really hard to answer because I love everything about college. I mean, aside from like the stress of school, which makes you kind of like lose your mind a little bit, everything else is fun. Like the social scene is really fun. So I would have to say my number one favorite thing is just finding people that are into the same thing as you are, because when you're growing up and you're going to high school, you're kind of just friends with people that live in your hometown and you don't necessarily have similar interests. But since you're at university and you're all studying the same thing, you're really similar to a lot of the people that you're hanging out with, and it's really cool to meet new people that have the same passions as you do. So I love that. And I also love going to like school events and like having school spirit and having like rival football games and hockey games. I think that's so fun. So those are definitely my top two favorite things. Okay, so the next question says, what are some tips and tricks to living in a dorm for the first time? And honestly, just keeping your space as clean and tidy as possible is really important, especially since you only have such a small space to yourself. Even if you have a roommate, just keeping your side of the room clean is very important. So that's important. Also, just like respecting everyone on the floor and like the common areas of the floor. So don't destroy the lounge, don't destroy the bathroom, just kind of be respectful of everyone. Make friends on your floor, that's really important, especially if you just want to have someone to like run down to breakfast with in the morning. They live right beside you, just knock on their door. And the number one tip I have for you guys if you're living in a dorm is to not party on your floor. Because if you destroy your lounge and your floor is disgusting, you're responsible for cleaning it up the next morning. But if you have it on a floor above or a floor below, it's not your problem. So don't party on your floor. The next question is your favorite clothing store for back to school shopping. And that depends, because if it's for clothes, I really love going to places like Forever 21, Urban Planet, Urban Outfitters, Blue Notes, places that are just super cheap, but they usually like try to mock the big popular brands by making like knockoffs for really cheap, which is nice, especially if you're in university and you don't have a lot of money. So I love that. But if you're thinking about more for like your dorm room or your apartment, I would definitely say IKEA is a lifesaver. Everything is cute and everything is cheap, so I love IKEA if you're thinking about furnishing. Okay, so the next question is, I'm going into my first year of university, any first year suggestions? And honestly, just be nice to everybody. Nobody cares about your drama, so don't try to cause drama because people literally just don't care. We're all just trying to get through the day. So that's one thing. Freshman advice. Oh, you don't need a boyfriend to be popular. I know a lot of girls in first year will try to get a boyfriend just to be like, look, I got a boyfriend, but nobody cares. We're just doing us. So if you don't like a guy, don't mess with his heart. Like, nice guys are hard to come by, so if you find a good one, keep them around, but like be honest about it. Like if you're not into a relationship, don't make them think you're gonna date them. That's really important, and it's not really freshman advice, it's just like life advice. But yeah. Okay, so the next question is, I'm a first year student studying biology. Is it better to buy secondhand textbooks? And I can't speak for science students because I'm in business, but I know that at least in my faculty, you definitely do not need to buy your books brand new. I made this mistake first semester. I went to the bookstore and I spent like $500 on textbooks, and I learned the hard way that there's a secondhand Facebook page for like buying books from people at my university. And so then the next semester I made money selling my books, and I also didn't spend as much money buying them, which was really nice. But I think for science it might be a little bit different just because you have labs and stuff, so you might need like the lab books brand new. But I would definitely ask someone that is already in science about that because I have no idea. This next question I kind of already answered, but it just says, what places would you recommend for cute fall clothes? And the only reason I'm answering this separately is because for some reason with fall clothes, I love ordering them online. I love ordering from Lulu's, and I love Luca and Gray, and that's Aspen Ovard's like online store, and she has the cutest clothing. But I just find it so much harder to shop for fall clothes in store because I feel like whenever you go, they already have like your entire size sold out and the color you want sold out, and it's so frustrating. So for some reason, I don't know why it is with fall clothes, but like I love shopping for big knit chunky sweaters online. So those are my 2 favorite websites for that. Okay, so the next question says, I don't like to drink and I'm scared that I'll feel pressured to in university. And this is a really common feeling. Don't worry, you are not alone, and it is totally okay to not drink. In first year, there were some nights that I would be going out, my friends were getting crazy drunk, like drinking so much, and I just wasn't feeling it. So I honestly would put water in like the cup that I would take to parties, and I would just walk around drinking water, and that way people aren't offering you drinks because it looks like you have something. And if people do offer you drinks, you can be like, oh, I already have one. And it just, as long as it's not a clear cup, people just won't know. So that's really fun, and it's fun. You can just dance and have fun and be completely sober and not feel gross the next morning. So that's honestly, shouldn't drink in university, especially if you're not of age. But honestly, it's totally okay to not drink at parties. No one is going to judge you as long as you're just having a good time for yourself. Do whatever you want. But the one thing I'm going to say about it is don't isolate yourself. So don't not go to parties because you're scared that people are going to force you to drink, because that's just going to make you feel really isolated, obviously. So just go out, have fun, and you don't need alcohol to have fun. The next question is, are college professors as scary as high school teachers say they are? And this is a really funny question, because I remember being in high school and my teachers being like, you're lucky that I care about you. When you get to college, your professors are going to be so mean. But the truth is, they're just people. And college professors aren't scared to remind you that they're just people. So like there will be a day where I walk into class and my professor's just standing there looking like crap. And he's just like, hi guys, I don't want to be here any more than you do, but let's just get through this class so that I can go home and you can go home and it'll all be over with. And it's just like, yeah, bro, I get you. And like my favorite professor ever, after our last day of class, he took us all out to a campus pub and bought us a beer, and he was like, thanks for taking my class. And I was like, I love you, man. Okay, and then another thing is extensions. High school teachers make it seem like you will never get an extension in your college career, and you totally will, as long as you're not an asshole about it, as long as you just go to them like not the day before and you just explain, listen, I was sick last week, I didn't get this done, I'm really sorry about it, please give me an extension. They more likely than not will just give it to you because they understand that you're going through a lot of stress. So just don't be a dick and you'll get the extension. Don't be scared of them. Like they'll swear in front of you and it's like, whoa. The first time they do it, it's like, it takes you aback. You're like, what just happened? But college profs are really cool, I promise. This next question is, what is the best sorority? And I honestly have no idea. There's no sororities or fraternities at my university at all. We don't have any Greek life, so you'd have to ask someone that's actually involved in it. This next question says, I'm nervous that I won't make any friends. And this is so relatable. I remember my first year of university, I was so scared that I wouldn't make any friends. I moved to a new city and I only knew one person going to my entire university. So I was so nervous, but I just knocked on someone's door on the first night and I was like, hey guys, and we became friends and the rest is history. So basically just say hi to people, don't be mean to people, and eventually one day you'll just look around and be like, oh my gosh, I'm surrounded by so many good people. How did this happen? Because you can't really force yourself to make friends, and that's the thing. A lot of people go into university thinking like, oh my gosh, I have to make friends. How am I going to make friends? I want to be popular because they were popular in high school, but that's just not the way to think about it. Just say hi to people in your classes, talk to people in the hallway, and then one day you'll just realize that you have so many friends around you and you'll be like, how and when did I meet all of these people? Because honestly, it all works out. Okay, the next question is, any freshman advice? And this is like a very broad question, but the number one thing I want to say is just don't be a dick. Just be nice to people. Everyone is just trying to get through the day in university, like honest to God. Don't be judgmental, don't be rude, don't try to start drama because people just don't care. Like we're not in high school anymore. Everyone's just trying to get their own shit done and get through the day, and that's just like life. So that's important. And I'm also going to say that you're not going to be friends with the people you become friends with first, which kind of sucks because you like meet people and you're like, oh my god, they're going to be my friends forever, and then 2 months later you realize that you haven't talked to them since, and that's totally okay. Just understand that that is fine. I remember my first night of university, I knocked on my roommate's door. No, I knocked on my neighbor's door and I was like, hey guys, what's up? And there was a bunch of girls hanging out in there, and I walked in and we had a great night. I felt kind of awkward because they'd all known each other from home, but we were only friends for like the first 2 or 3 weeks of university, and then I really haven't talked to them since, which is kind of sad, but it's like just the way life goes. So more likely than not, you will not become best friends with the people you meet on the first day, and that's totally fine because you're going to meet people in classes and through school events and through clubs and stuff like that, people that have similar interests to you, and those will be better friends in the end anyway, so don't stress about it. Another thing that I want to say is it's totally okay to not have a boyfriend or a girlfriend in university. A lot of people get really stressed out about it, and I just want you to know that it's okay. A lot of people think that they're at college to find their soulmate, but that's just not the case. You're here to get schoolwork done and you're here to meet friends and have a great time. And if you don't have a boyfriend for the whole 4 years, who cares? You're living your best life, you're going to make great girlfriends that you're going to have forever, and boys suck anyway. So that is all I have to say about that. And then a lot of these other questions are about high school, and I'm not going to answer them in today's video just because it is a college Q&A. So that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below whatever you want. I love you guys so much and hope you have an awesome day. Bye guys!